Right, so this is Anshul, and I'm just going to go through a quick implementation of reversing a linked list. And I won't be creating a lot of nodes and all those structures, but I will directly jump into the logic of how to do this. Okay, so let's say I have a function called as reverse linked list. Okay, and essentially we let's say we have something called as node star head, which is passed as an argument to our function, and I will say void. Again, I'm not really writing the entire class or uh, a lot of details about this. So simply you can actually assume that node is a structure that we have with a sample integer data and a pointer inside it, the next pointer. Okay, then I will say current. Let's say I'll define a variable called as current, which will be assigned by my head, and then I will say node star previous, which is, since we are at the head, we don't have a previous value, so this is going to be set to null, and I will say star next, which is, okay, sorry for that. I will say another pointer next is equal to null. Okay, so I have my nodes created over here, and the next value is set to null. Both previous and next are set to null. So now all I need to do is have these 3 pointers to go through the entire linked list. So I will say while current is not equal to null. Okay, or you can say null pointer, which is typically used. That's a null pointer. Let's say null pointer. Okay, and while current is not equal to null, so what I'm going to do is next is assigned by current arrow. So next is going to be assigned by current arrow next. Okay, so essentially what we are doing in this case is, let's say your current is actually pointing to the head. Okay, so my next is going to point to the second node at this particular point. All right, so I'm caching the next node in my next variable, and then I will say current arrow next is going to be assigned by what? Right, so it has to be something which is previous at this particular point. So now I will say pref. Okay, now the order is really important in this case because if you modify the wrong values at the wrong time, then your pointers will be pointing to incorrect locations. So essentially the sequence is important at this point. And then I will simply say pref is assigned by current. Okay, so let's imagine this correctly. I think my head was cut off over there, so sorry for that. So I'll say pref is assigned by current. So now my next was pointing to the second node. Okay, then I said current arrow next is pointing to the previous one. So now current arrow next, which is my head, is going to point to null at this point. Okay, and now I'm going to move my previous to my current position. So now my previous was null, now it moves ahead, so now it comes to the current. Okay, and now at this point I will move current to the next position. So I will say current is assigned by next. Alright, so current is going to point to my next variable. So next, and so at this point my next as well as my current value are actually pointing to the same node. Okay, and finally when we reach the end of it, I will say my head is set to previous. Again, this is actually incorrect. I should not do this over here. So let's imagine I have node star head as a global variable, okay, and let's assume that we already have nodes allocated in head, and head is pointing to a specific um, node at this point. So all I'm doing at the end of it is I'm pointing my head to the previous, because my previous will be at the end of my linked list, my singly linked list. So essentially this is how you reverse a singly linked list. Okay, uh, I'm just checking if I missed anything. In this case, I don't think so. This looks good. Alright, so yeah, this is good to go, and I hope this helped. Thank you.